In this Arduino beginner tutorial, you're gonna learn how to use the light break sensor. So for this tutorial, I'm gonna use Arduino Uno, a proto board, a light break sensor, a LED light, 220 ohms resistor and some wires. Alright, let's connect the LED light to the proto board. The LED light has two pins, a short one and a long one. The shorter one is a minus, the longer one is a plus. So we're gonna take the 220 ohms resistor and connect it to the same row as the shorter pin of the LED light and to the blue row of the proto board. Now let's take the red wire and connect it to the 5 volts pin on the Arduino Uno, and the other end of the wire we're going to connect to the red row of the proto board. Now we're going to take a blue wire and connect it to the GND pin on the Arduino Uno, at the other end of the wire to the blue row of the proto board. Now we're going to take the orange wire and connect it to the same row as the longer pin on the LED light and also to the pin 3 on the Arduino Uno. Now let's take the light break sensor and connect it to the proto board. On the back of the sensor you can find two marked pins. One is a S and one is a minus. This means that the middle pin is a plus. So the S pin is used for sending signals and the other two pins are used for powering the sensor. First of all, we're going to take the yellow wire and connect it to the same pin as the S pin on the sensor. Now we're going to connect the other end of the wire to the pin 8 on the Arduino Uno. Now let's take the blue wire and connect it to the same row as the minus pin. And we're going to connect the other end of the wire to the blue row of the proto board. We're going to take an orange wire and connect it to the same row as the middle pin on the sensor. The middle pin is a plus pin, so we're going to take the other end of the wire and connect it to the red row of the proto board. Alright, so this is it for the wiring. Now let's connect the Arduino Uno to our computer and let's go into the code. First of all, we're going to name our pins, so we're going to type const int LED equals 3 because the LED light is connected to pin 3, and now for the rest of the code we can use LED and we don't have to type the pin number. We're gonna do the same for the sensor, so we're gonna type const int sensor equals 8 because the sensor is connected to pin 8. Alright, so this is it. Now let's go into the setup function. So setup function is only run once when you power up the Arduino. Here we have to tell the Arduino which pins are we using and what are we using them for. So we're going to type pin mode LED output because the LED light is an output device, and we have to do the same for the sensor, so we're going to type pin mode sensor input because the sensor is an input device because it's sending signals to Arduino Uno on pin 8. Now we're going to go into the loop function. So first of all, Arduino runs setup function and then it runs loop function for the rest of the time. The loop function is always looping, so here we're going to type the actual program. We're going to type digital read sensor stands for pin 8 because we named it in the beginning, and digital read will read the signal on pin 8. So if digital read equals 1, we put an object between the sensor is going to send a signal to pin 8, which means that the digital read will read 1, and when there's no object there, the digital read will read 0 and not 1. So now we're going to go into the if statement and we're going to type digital read LED 1. This will turn on the LED light. And we're going to go into the else statement. So the else statement is going to run when there's no object between the sensor, so we're going to turn off the LED light. So here we're going to type digital write LED 0. Alright, so this is it. Now let's upload the code. And as you see, when we put an object between the sensor, the LED lights start shining. And when we put the object away, the LED light turns off. So everything is working. So thank you so much for watching the video. Leave a like if you made it. If you have had any problems, comment down below. I will try to respond as soon as possible. Also, if you had any problems with the code, the link for the code is in the description. Also, please consider checking out my new Patreon site. The Patreon site will help me not to worry about my bills, to make better quality videos and to make better Arduino projects in the future. I will also be able to post more frequently on the channel, so please check it out. Thank you so much if you do. Subscribe to the channel for more Arduino videos. Thank you so much. Have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video.